Welcome to another episode of Mixed Reactions, the best podcast you've never heard of. I'm Casey Merritt, along with my co-host Ian Blackwell. How's it going tonight, my friend?
It's going pretty good. Just can't wait to get into this. Get away from the fucking food. Sorry. Can't wait to get into these games, man. Really excited. Michigan Alabama game. I know my dad's over there fucking pacing still like they didn't just lose yesterday. But it's been a crazy weekend, man. How's everything going with you? How was your New Year's?
My New Year's is all right. I was asleep by 11. I didn't really care to watch the ball drop. As far as that Michigan Alabama game, I have a family member as well who's a cousin of mine who was on the opposite end of it, who's a big Michigan fan and was ecstatic about the game. Of course, we're gonna dive into that. We're gonna get into a little 2 point conversion talk here. Gonna take a little dive into the national championship game that is set for Monday between Michigan and Washington. Where do you want to kick it off today, Ian?
What I want to kick it off on is we're not even gonna dive into this, but there's some outrage right now about when they dropped the ball in New York, man. They first thing they showed, people are outraged on the internet, was two gay dudes kissing. I know we're not, we're in the sports, not gonna say one way or another. I was just saying, like, have you seen the reaction to that since
I
yesterday, bro?
have seen the
That
reaction to
shit is
that.
crazy.
It's yeah, I've seen the reaction to that, and
I
I've
don't really
also
give a
seen
fuck.
the re. I could care less. I always say I'm okay if gay dudes and females want to get married, and I'm also okay with the people who want to protest it. Like
Yeah,
this
that's
is
the way I feel.
America. This is America. Do what you do. You do how you feel. I could care less about anybody else. Just do what you do. Um, Another thing that people were like off about, a lot of people's phones hit midnight about 20 seconds before the ball dropped. Were you hearing
Are you
about that
serious?
too?
Nah.
Yeah. It was a little off. There's a lot of weird things going on in this world right now. Billionaires building bunkers and, you know, holes forming in the sun. Might be our last days here coming up soon, but we're here to talk about sports, so let's get into it.
Yes,
Um,
sir. Yes,
so
sir.
just what I want to dive into real quick, and I want to talk about Saturday night real quick. Just
Yep. You have the floor.
So obviously Saturday night was a matchup between the Detroit Lions and anyone who listens to the shows knows my Dallas Cowboys. And of course, that game had a controversial ending, and I want to tackle the ending before I tackle the game as a whole. So regarding the ending, there's a few things out there that people are totally misconstruing. And one of them is, let's say 68 reported eligible, right? Even if that was the case, and I'm not saying it's not because I don't know what was told to the refs, of course. However, people automatically assume that they would have scored. Here's the thing: the referee went to the loudspeaker and announced 70 was eligible. Therefore, 68 was not. Had he went and said 68 is reporting eligible, don't you think Dallas would have had somebody lined up over him to cover him? They didn't know 68 was eligible. The referee told the Dallas defense, the referee told over the loudspeaker that 70 reported eligible. Did Detroit stop the play? Did they try to get to the ref and say, hey, no, it was 68 that reported eligible, not
Right.
70? No, they didn't. So regardless if the referee missed the call, I don't think it had that much of an impact because had they said 68 had reported eligible over that loudspeaker and had the referee reported to the Dallas defense that 68 was eligible and not 70, they would have had somebody lined up over him. But they didn't because in Dallas's mind, he wasn't reported eligible. So people are like, oh, the refs screwed the lines, yada, yada. Maybe they did on the call, but say if they got the call right, I don't think they would have scored because Dallas would have countered it and they would have put somebody over him to cover him. Does that make sense?
No, that makes total sense. You just don't know what would have what would have happened. It was just a lot of confusion going on, man. Even the shit when the fucking league came out and made their statement, it's just the way you don't want to see a game end on a call
Agreed.
like that. Now something because honestly we can go on about this, the eligible that's been talked about all week in sports, but one thing I kind of want to on shows, but one thing I kind of want to touch on is I've noticed it, and I could actually give you a few different examples. Just teams going for two to try to win the game. Obviously, we have analytics. I could check what the analytics would say in a situation like that. You're down one. To me, in a lot of ways, just and let me know your take on it as well when I'm done. But I think it's a scared way to play almost. It's almost saying we know we can't beat them if we have to go out and defend for a full length of a field, or when we have to go out and score on a defense that's going to be really trying. I think it's just I think that just shows a lack of confidence. I mean, Dan Campbell is a very gutsy coach. We saw that from the week 1 game against the Chiefs, but I just think that you just kick the field goal. Have some faith in your players that you can. I mean, you could spin it both ways. You could say that you have faith in your team if you do go for it, because I know we're going to get this. But at the same time,
exactly.
If you come down, if you rally to tie the game, you know what I mean? And then it's like, we're going to throw all that fucking work away we just did for a 50-50 chance to score. I don't know what the odds are from 3 yards, but you get my point. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
I 100% understand. Either you get it or you don't. That's what you're talking about with the 50-50 odds. I get what you're saying as far as I can see your point of thinking it's a scared way of playing. I think it's a little bit opposite. I think it's a ultra aggressive way of playing, especially in that situation.
That's a good term, right? That's a good term.
I see, but because of obviously what you're trying to be assertive, you're asserting yourself, putting that confidence in your team, saying, hey, you can't stop us. We're going to go take the lead here. So I get it. And I get why Dan Campbell did it too. Obviously you want that momentum. You want that 1-point lead. And maybe you're right. Maybe he was like, I really don't want to go to overtime with these guys because I don't know if you saw the stat line. CeeDee Lamb had a night.
Yeah. That memes haven't stopped since he absolutely destroyed Detroit this past weekend. Yeah, and I definitely saw that.
And so maybe in the back of his mind, Dan Campbell was thinking, I really don't want to go to an overtime with these guys. Let's just try to get out of here and get the win now.
I get that. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's what he was thinking. Yeah.
Maybe you change your thought process on that in a playoff game, because it's almost a surefire thing to take the extra point. It's about 95%. You're 95% sure you're going to make that extra point. But of course, say the analytics do go in your favor and you do get that extra point. Not extra point, that 2-point conversion. Obviously, the momentum is greatly favored towards you at that point. Not saying that Dallas couldn't have gone down the field. They had 23 seconds and 1 timeout. In the NFL, that's a lifetime because you can spike the ball, stop the clock. There's a lot more that they can do.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with a kicker like Brandon Aubrey, who hasn't missed this year and has shown he has plenty of leg when he drilled it from 60, and it looks like it would have been good from 70.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like that would have sealed the deal for Detroit either. It wasn't the last second. They had 23 seconds with the timeout. Anything still could have happened. My biggest thing on the whole 2-point conversion aspect of it is when clueless and biased fans think that was the direct outcome of the game, and it wasn't. Detroit had 2 more opportunities to score after they failed that one. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Micah Parsons jumped offside on the second one, and then Jared Goff missed him on the flat route on the third play. There was multiple opportunities for Detroit to still get that 2-point conversion, and they didn't convert. They had a free play and didn't get it because Micah Parsons jumped off sides. And then the next play after that, threw it to the flat, incomplete. So let's not sit here and act like the refs just completely screwed Detroit out of the game. Not to mention, on Dallas's final drive, they called a tripping play on Tyron Smith. When you go and look at the video, it was actually Aiden Hutchinson from Detroit that did the tripping, and it still got called on Dallas. And so, to me, I would have. This is almost like the exact opposite of the Miami game and the Philadelphia game in my mind. I think Dallas lost those 2 games that they should have won. And last night, they probably won it. I mean, on Saturday, they probably won a game they should have lost. But that's the NFL. It happens. You're going to lose games you're supposed to win, and you're going to win games that you're supposed to lose. It's how the season unfolds. Now, granted, it makes for a wonderful wonderful story right now for Dallas for a few different reasons. A, what in the fuck happened to Philadelphia losing to Arizona at home? What is going on with that? Philadelphia's shambles right now. They need to figure their shit out quickly, or they're going to be one and done, and Baker's going to send them home. Because right now, all Dallas has to do is beat Washington this weekend. That's all Dallas has to do is beat Washington, and we get the 2 seed. That's it.
Wow.
And with that being said, they would get 2 home games. They would get the wild card and the divisional round at home. They'd have to go to the NFC Championship game in San Francisco, depending on everything unfolds like it's supposed to. But that's 2 home games. They're 8-0 at home this year. Shit, they were 8-0 home last year. They've won their last 16 straight home games. So we'll have to see how it unfolds. However, I will say I'm getting a little on the edge, I suppose, with how CeeDee Lamb reliant this offense has become.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard doesn't have that same burst that he has last year. He went from averaging almost 5 yards a carry this year to just little over 4 yards a carry this year. That burst seems to be gone, and it's because he doesn't have that 1-2 combo anymore. A lot of people, including myself, were saying Zeke was washed up and he shouldn't be on the team anymore. But he gave a great break, and he was a good power back, and he was a great blocking back for Dak. So I'm a little hesitant on how CeeDee Lamb reliant the offense has become.
Mm-hmm.
He attributed for over like 70% of their offense on Saturday. Don't get me wrong. Brandon Cooks is, when he gets his opportunities, been phenomenal. I mean, another great catch on Saturday, had a touchdown again. He's dependent when he gets the ball, but it doesn't seem like they look his way too often. And I really like the emergence of Jake Ferguson as well over the course of the whole season. Dak, of course, looked phenomenal. He had that 1 interception, but other than that, was outstanding Saturday. Mm-hmm. But he's been outstanding at home all season. And so I'm really interested to see how this postseason is going to shape out for them. Right now, it's looking like they're probably going to get Green Bay at home. So I'm okay with that. I mean, Green Bay kind of has our number in the playoffs, but that was Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see how it unfolds with Jordan Love.
They play the Bears. I mean, the Bears have 7 wins this year. Shit.
The Bears have actually been making a small little run.
Until last week they were in the race, or until somebody won this weekend that put them out. Yeah, they're 7-9.
Yeah, I'm really actually pleasantly surprised with how the Bears have been playing. Justin Fields looks like he's finally getting his feet under him. They have a pretty decent defense. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with their number 1 pick. I'm not sold that they're going to go with the quarterback anymore. Maybe Justin Fields is the answer for them.
Maybe get Marvin Harrison Jr. and you have a 1-2 instant
with him and DJ Moore. That would be an amazing 1-2 combination. And I don't mind Khalil Herbert. He seems like he's getting a pretty good workload back there. So Chicago's actually got a few things cooking. Definitely not sitting here saying they're going to be a playoff contender next year, but they seem like they're steadily improving. Speaking of playoff contenders, Ian.
Oh, man.
Your Los Angeles Rams. Talk about a team that won a game they should have lost.
And that's one of the when I wanted to bring up the 2-point conversion thing. And before I talk about the Rams, I've always heard the saying is if you're on the road, what the fuck is it? Maybe this is basketball. If you're on the road, you go for the win. If you're at home, you go for the tie. Giants had the balls to do that dumb shit in front of their own fans. They ain't fucking with the Rams. They know they're not. We're coming. We're gonna beat the shit out of Detroit. I don't know, man. They're good, but we're coming. Rams are coming. Detroit's going to need to bring their lunch to fail.
Here's a good thing for you guys. You had the 49ers this week. However, they've got the 1 seed wrapped up. Who knows if they're going to be playing their starters or not?
Dude, this season has just been so, especially at the top, man. It seems like there's been so much the Niners have been up there all year, and they've held the 1 seed for a good part of the year. But it seems like this year, man, there's just so much movement around it. There's been so many teams that have played great for stretches, and we've really been able to see the progression of some teams. If you look at a team like Buffalo, start of the season, high expectations, beat the dog shit out of Miami, they go on a big skid, and then now they have a chance to win the AFC East this weekend.
They should, with a win, they clinched the 2nd seed.
Man, think about where the fuck we were a few weeks, bro. If you look at it, Baltimore, let me see, has what, 3 Baltimore has 3 losses. They're 13-3. They're easily, by 2 wins, they're better than Miami for the best record in the AFC.
Oh, yeah, Baltimore is something different, man.
Yeah, they're the way they just beat the shit out. Like honestly, I haven't wavered in my Super Bowl pick all year, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But god damn, dude, like they've I mean, that's the second good team that they've shellacked. Granted, it's both of the games have been at home, but I feel like that's just disrespectful for me to say that because they beat how much did they beat fucking Detroit by? Like 30? And then they
Something like
just
that.
156. And bro, I woke up from my nap and I was like, God damn, the Ravens beat the shit out of them. Miami got the ball first, came down. Did they score at first? I don't remember, but then Baltimore just started. It was a decent game in the first half for the most part. Like it was back and forth, and then just I don't know what happened. But the Rams, man, we're we're back. We are back.
You guys are
We are
definitely
boy.
back. I'm so impressed with what the Rams have been doing. And right
Man,
now, from what it looks like, you guys are probably going to get the 6th seed, maybe?
play Detroit.
No, yeah, the 6th seed. Yeah, it looks like you're going to get the 6th seed, so you'll be in Detroit. Oh, that would be an amazing wild card matchup. Two quarterbacks
Stafford.
facing their former teams. That would be an amazing game.
Oh, but think about how much it's almost like in Detroit, they love Stafford more than they love their team. You saw the viral video of the dude when the Rams beat the Bucks. The Detroit fan with the Stafford jersey. He's going crazy. It's going to
I
be a
don't think
really
that's the case anymore,
No,
though.
I think they like I'm with you. I think like right now I think I'm kind of with you because they really are that place is getting
They're
rocked.
behind this team.
Yeah, they I love I like the Lions scrappiness, man. I really do. Like they
Would you be disappointed with a one and done if you had to face a team like Detroit or Dallas?
No,
Like I know
it's just kind of the way things are right now. I mean, we are gonna have to go on the road. I mean, if it's a flip, you go with the home team. So I mean, it's just we lost some games that we just weren't as that good this year. I mean, I'm not even
I'll
saying
tell you
that good.
what.
We've already tripled
If
the.
you guys have to go against Dallas, I wouldn't be nearly as confident as I was the first time we played. You guys are an entirely different team now.
Yeah, I mean, and that was 5 out of 6 that we just wrapped we just or 6 out of one of the two, but yeah, dude, we're getting there. I kind of want to see what this next week's lineup's gonna hold because I'm interested going into the final week how our picks are gonna shape out, considering because we see all the time teams rest starters, man, but then you start to see with some teams that it's just in the culture and it doesn't matter who they throw in on the field, but their system they're gonna be able to win. And I mean, some of these lines are probably gonna be a little funny this week, but I
Speaking of
just
that, you want to get into it?
don't call them my Las Vegas Raiders. I'm gonna get ahead of the fucking the ball this time. I don't like the Raiders. I never have. Why does it look like in this little thumbnail? They could have used a different thumbnail. Like Tua and Josh Allen, way too close to each other's faces. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you take this one over, Chief. It's
I'm
been
ready.
real. It's been real this regular season, man. Let's make
It
this one,
has.
and then I'll smoke all of you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, probably not. But anyways, we
Probably
have
not
a
your bet.
Saturday night matchup, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, between the surprisingly hot right now Pittsburgh Steelers and Mason. Don't look at my red nose, Rudolph, going into Baltimore to face a maybe Tyler Huntley led Baltimore team, maybe resting their starters who've clinched a one spot. And for that reason, Mr. Blackwell, I'm picking the Steelers because I think Baltimore's going to rest some starters.
Yeah, the that's we get to this point of the season, and I think that's what was going to make this pick segment fun is because we don't know if what's going to happen if a team is resting their start. I mean, because you look at the line, bro. Baltimore is +3.5. They're a 3.5 point underdog at home. They're definitely resting some people. They're a 13-3 team getting 3.5 at home. I think Pittsburgh takes. I mean, because Pittsburgh actually has something to play for. When you have guys
They
out
sure
there
do.
like T.J. Watt, and just guys that can make a difference on the offense as well with Kenny Pickett, or not. Don't we can run that back. George Pickens, sorry. Um, don't kill me, Steeler fans. I think you can win a game against a team that's resting all their good guys. Like I think Pittsburgh is legitimately a good team, and I think that it's gonna be good enough to beat Baltimore. I don't know by how
I think so
much,
too.
but yeah. So what we got next? Wise one.
So the next game, my good friend, is another Saturday night matchup. We got 2 Saturday games, which I'm not complaining about. We have the Houston Texans vying for a playoff spot
That
against
game is
another
on
team vying for a playoff
Saturday.
spot against the
Oh.
Indianapolis Colts.
Now, the interesting thing about this game is that, well, let's see, are both teams, because if they're both 9-7, they should both be in the wild card spot. Because I know this is going to be their. I know if Jacksonville wins, they're in. That's simple as that. Yeah, so that this is going to be. Wonder what the scenario is with Pittsburgh. Dude, there's so many fucking good teams right now. So in the AFC, it's Indianapolis number 7, Houston number 8, Pittsburgh number 9.
Ooh,
But all those 3 teams I just mentioned all play Saturday night. So Pittsburgh is obviously going to go on the road to Baltimore. Have they played? Because I think first tiebreaker is head to head, correct? And then it's
correct.
like conference record or division record. Let me see. So when the Steelers played they played the Colts, they lost, got their ass kicked by the Colts.
I
And they
think the
played Houston and got
Steelers
their
need
ass kicked
to
too.
win,
And the
and
Steelers need help. Steelers need help.
so what I think they need, and this sounds crazy, I think they obviously the Steelers need to win, and I think they need this game to end in a tie
Is that what they're right? Because that would
because
be the only way that
that
they
way
jump
they'll
over
be
teams.
yeah. So they need this game to end in a tie and a win.
Yeah, I'll Google it right now. Let me see. I think you are right because that's the only way that because they lose the tiebreaker against both of the AFC South teams.
Correct.
Um, but yeah, man, it's gonna be cool to get his sword. I mean, cause shit, Steelers. Oh, do they really need the game to end in a fucking tie? Didn't
I
that shit
think
almost
they
happen a
do.
few years ago? But they
Those are
need
the Raiders
they
and
would have been
Chargers.
out. They would have been out with a tie.
Yeah.
That was gonna happen. Oh my god, man! Steelers are the only team to need it. Yeah, so they're not getting in. So let's talk about that game, the Houston Indianapolis. Who do you got in that
So
one?
for that game, I'm gonna roll with the Colts. Um, I've been super impressed with how the Texans have looked all year. I think they've made great strides. CJ Stroud is more than likely the offensive rookie of the year. You know, almost clear cut at this point. But it's at Indy, it's at Lucas Oil, and for some reason, I think the Minshew magic is going to take out the rookie dream. And so I'm going with the Colts.
Dude, honestly, this is the first time in a long time that we've seen a Colts Texans game on the schedule and not thought, why me? Why do I have to put up with this shit on a primetime Saturday night? I don't know, man, because Shroud,
It's
it's
going to be a
gonna,
good game.
dude, I think he's the better player, man. But it's Minshew's been a pro for a while. I like Houston in there
I think Stroud's the
with
better
Taylor. Or not,
quarterback.
I mean Indianapolis, right? Yeah.
I think
I,
Stroud's a better quarterback. I just think the Colts get the win.
Dude, it's in Indy too. Fuck. Colts are 1.5 point underdogs at home, so they're really like 4.5 point underdogs. Bro, I mean, this is either gonna be CJ Stroud's coming out party or the Colts, taking that next step. Damn, this is tough, dude. And this is for this is a big game. Um, Huge game. I mean, that's a fucking understatement. You lose, you out. Um, I got the I got the Texans.
You got the Texans?
Yeah.
All right, so for a Sunday 1 o'clock matchup, and I don't have to say that these are all divisional games. Any football fan knows it's the last week of the season, so every game's a divisional game. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Tennessee Titans, and I'm going to roll with the Jags because if they win, they clinch the division.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they win there, and Tennessee's in a 5.5 point dog at home. I think Jacksonville comes out there and just rolls them, and I think they wrap up the division, and then that means if that happens, then we are going to get a. Is Miami locked into the 2 seed?
No, they are not.
It is. Oh well, shit, yeah, because they got to beat fucking Buffalo.
Yeah, because
Cleveland's
if
11.
Buffalo wins, they steal it.
Oh yeah, well Cleveland ain't gonna pass up Baltimore, so they can forget about it. Okay, yeah, no, this is gonna be a.
Actually, no, Cleveland can get the 2 seed if they win, right? Yeah, because they'll have 12
because
wins.
they're not gonna have they're not gonna win their division, so they're gonna be put 5, 6, or 7.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. 100% you're right. Yep. So Cleveland will be the 5th seed. So it'll be Cleveland going against Jacksonville in the wild card round, more than likely is what we're going to see. Okay. So for the next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings heading into Detroit, and I think we're both going to the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions, because they can still jump. They can still jump up. Let me see. I mean, they could jump down. I mean, they could jump Dallas. Shit, depending on it. Who the fuck are you guys? Oh, you guys play the fucking Commanders this weekend, so they probably won't. But yeah, I got Detroit. They have a little bit to play for. They're definitely going to be trying.
So for an NFC South showdown that could potentially sway the division, the Atlanta Falcons and at New Orleans. Who New Orleans, by the way, romped the Bucs last week, and they romped the Bucs for one reason and one reason only. And you know what that reason is, Ian?
Mm-hmm. Well,
It's because I picked the Bucs.
Damn, did you get that game wrong again? Yeah, I picked the Saints.
I picked the Bucs, and they was like, "Hey, Casey picked us. Let's fuck him." So,
bro, we really got to go back and look at your record during Bucks game specifically. Get a numbers guy, because you literally have not, like, you're like 1-8 picking in them this year. Well, I mean we've picked every game of theirs, so except for one. So
I'm always wrong about them. They like I think they're gonna win and they lose, or I think they're gonna lose and they win.
We do a show 1 week. I would say you're like 3-11. Like, to be honest, you're really bad with the Buccaneers.
I don't know why. I can't get a grasp on them. But I'm rolling with the Saints on this one too. And then next 1:00 game, we have the New York Jets heading into Foxborough to take on the Pats. Patriots have been playing well over the past few weeks. They really have. I still don't think they're a good team, but they've been playing well, and I'm going to pick them to beat the Jets.
I got the Jets.
Got the Jets. So the aforementioned Tampa Bay Buccaneers are heading into Carolina to take on the Panthers. And I'm dead positive they can't fuck me this week. I'm picking the Bucs because if they win the South.
I feel like a fucking game at the end of the season where a rookie, a young team rallies behind the rookie quarterback, and it's like
it knocks the team out of the playoffs.
Shit. Look at how shitty. It wasn't necessarily with all rookies, but when you look at the Cardinals team that knocked the Vikings out of the playoffs, when it wasn't Anquan Bolden, it was Poole. Forgot his fucking first name, but Nathan Poole or something like that. He caught the touchdown. No, the Vikings just got knocked out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic, man.
That David Boston that caught it?
No, it was Poole. It was last name was Poole. I don't remember. But yeah, no, I got the fucking. I
got the Bucs.
I got Carolina. I think they make it a lot more interesting. I think
they can make it interesting. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna take it back. I got Tampa. That's my one do-over. I'm gonna take Tampa. I'm not gonna go fucking 3-11 again. Go ahead.
That's fine. We got the Cleveland Browns heading into Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Here's what worries me about this game for the Browns. They could drop to the 6th. So I don't think they're resting starters. They can't jump Baltimore. But the Bengals have been playing sneaky tough.
I mean, Cincinnati's eliminated. Why are they -6?
I'm going with the Browns.
Wait, they could drop to 6? Do they not have the head-to-head against Buffalo?
Actually, no, they couldn't, because Buffalo or Miami would have a worse record, I think.
Well, if Buffalo wins and Cleveland loses, then they both finish 11-5. But let me see if they've even played each other. They have not. But I mean, Cincinnati is -6. So what I'm guessing, just by looking at this spread and looking at how much, obviously, better.
You think You think Cleveland's locked into the 5?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think they're locked into the 5. I got Cincy. I think they win.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland.
They're my dark horse for the Super Bowl. I just don't got them this week. All right, so what's next, Chief?
We got, like we were talking about earlier, man, the surprisingly hot Chicago Bears heading into Lambeau to take on the Packers. Packers need this game for playoff seeding, so I'm going with Packers. We're both on the Packers. Next game, we have right now the number 2 seed in the NFC, my Dallas Cowboys, heading in to face the Washington Commanders, hoping to lock up that 2 seed. And I think they will. I'm going Dallas.
Me too.
So for the next game, we have the Denver Broncos against Ian's Las Vegas Raiders.
You had to get one in, you little fuck.
I'm going to roll with the Raiders.
There's too much bullshit going on in Denver right now. I mean, Russ ain't playing this weekend, right?
No, but they won last week without him. Jared Stidham came in and beat the Chargers, but again, that's the Chargers.
And it's Jared Stidham. Give me the Raiders.
So I'm going. This game's actually kind of interesting. We have the Eagles, who are on a fucking landslide here. Going against the Giants in New York.
In Jersey. It's in New Jersey. You gotta.
In Jersey.
Yeah, to go park my fucking car by the Harvard. Yeah, I know that's Boston. You know, you think you're funny, you little California, you fuck. You from fucking California, you little fucking shit. You know I hear that all the fucking time at work, bro. Yo, you from California, you little fucking bitch. You in Vegas, you probably suck. I heard it all, man. Like people get mad when they can't get their money.
I'm going with the Eagles in this game.
Yeah, let's get back to the football. Giants have 0 to play. Tyrod Taylor didn't look bad at times this past weekend.
No, he looked okay. But I think the Eagles are going to get back on track here. I'm going with the Eagles.
Well, let's see. The Eagles, they benefit from a Cowboys loss. Realistically, are the Cowboys losing? No. But I mean, if Dallas loses and Philly's in, Philly gets the division. So correct. I got Philly, man. It's like one of those things where I want to make a bold prediction, but it just doesn't seem like it's in the cards. Although this could be one of those sneaky weekends. Go ahead.
So next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Seahawks need this game for playoff positioning. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, Kyler Murray is one of those guys to where I'll fucking lose over and over, but I'll bet on him just because I feel like when he is feeling it, he just looks really good out there. Cardinals are getting 2.5 at home. Seahawks, man, they're one of those things where I can't make heads or fucking tails with them. I just don't think it's it's consistency, right? They started the season, 5-1, whatever, and then now they're fighting for a wild card. Cardinals play hard though. Remember how bad we thought they were going to be this season? Give me Seattle.
We're going to Seattle. All right, so next game, we have your real team, the Los Angeles Rams, heading into San Fran to take on the number 1 seed, who's probably resting. Let's just call it like it is, probably resting 49ers. I'm going to roll with the Rams.
Let's see what the spread is on this bad boy. Niners are -3.5 at home, which that's probably just because they're going to be resting some guys. Do they have the 1 seed locked? Well, because they have the head-to-head against Dallas, so it don't matter what the fuck happens this weekend.
Yeah, they have the 1 seed locked.
The last time that we beat the 49ers in the regular season, let's see. Just looking. Whatever. It's been the 49ers swept the Rams for the 2nd straight season in 2020. And so it's been like 9 losses in a row against them in the regular season. We did win the one that mattered. I mean, Rams need this game, man. Like they really do. Niners have the 1 seed locked up.
Yeah, that's why I'm going with the Rams.
I don't see them doing anything dumb. I think as hard as the Niners play, I think they know to take, they are going to need to be at full strength to play against some of these. I mean, the NFC with the by Tampa Bay playoff picture is really good. But I have got I'm looking at shit, man. This is
damn well you're going to the Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams, man. Give me the Rams. You're right, Casey. I let you bully me into it.
I knew it. There's no way you're going against them. You need them. So obviously next game, Chiefs, Chargers. We both got the Chiefs, obviously. And then for this game, the Sunday night game, Mr. Blackwell, we have the Buffalo Bills heading into Miami for the division against the Dolphins. And I'm going with the Bills.
Bro, Miami, they got the shit beat out of them so bad last week. They're a 3-point underdog at home.
I'm going with the Bills.
Dude, fuck, dude. I've been high on Miami all year. If there was a time to prove it, this is it. I'm rolling with the Dolphins, man. I believe in them. Do I believe in them against Baltimore?
No.
I'd probably have a better chance of winning the lottery and getting punched by Mike Tyson on the way home. So I'm going with but in this game, I'm going with the Dolphins.
On the Dolphins. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. There are our final picks of the 2023 regular season. Obviously, Ian, we knew this was going to be a short night. We both kind of get started a little bit late here. What do you say we just jump right into the question and call it a night, sir?
Yes, sir.
You said you had a question ready. I'm ready to hear it.
All right. Drum roll, please. Are you a bitch? All right. For each of the 4 major sports, what team do you think gets a championship first in each league that don't have a championship already?
Oh, that don't have one already.
Yeah, good question. I'm coming with that heat tonight.
That don't have one already. That's a really good question.
We'll just match each other answer for answer, sport by sport. We'll roll through it. So let's start with hockey.
Hockey.
I'll go ahead. I'll read off the current list of teams. Because hockey, there's quite a few teams have Stanley Cups.
I'd say there's a lot of them.
So here's the teams without a Stanley Cup. There are old ass shit. Hold on. Okay. Arizona Coyotes, Buffalo Sabres, Columbus Blue Jackets, Florida Panthers, Ottawa. Wait. Ottawa. Says 1992. Oh, it was saying they won. This shit was from 1917 to 1934. We'll put the Senators in there also, because I mean nobody was fucking alive.
You don't gotta go. My answer for that one is definitely the Florida Panthers. I mean, look at what they did last year. Of course, made it all the way to the Stanley Cup. As of right now, they're sitting at 22-12 on the course of the regular season so far. So I'd definitely say the Florida Panthers.
For sure. He's like, all right, man, stop there. Fucking I don't know what stuff for me. There's a few different ones that come to mind. My answer would probably be, and I have been following hockey a little bit this year. I was going through the standings, kind of getting my bearings. I've liked them for years, and I'm gonna go with them again. Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg. That's not a bad pick. You could. I'm surprised you didn't go with Vegas.
Vegas won last year.
Oh shit, they did. That's right.
Then you tripping that I got fucked up. Let's not get back on that story.
You're right. My bad. I forgot about
MLB.
That. Oh, a lot of teams have World Series, man. MLB.
Yeah, there's only a couple that don't. Five teams have never won the World Series: the Seattle Mariners, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Padres, Rockies, and Rays. The Rangers just won one for their first.
I think it's gonna be the Padres.
I don't know, man. In that division,
but they seem to be loading up with talent. In baseball, it really is all about who gets hot at the right time. You can't tell me sit there and tell me San Diego ain't loaded with talent right now.
I will probably go with. I mean, there's certain teams that have coming up, but I mean, shit. Tampa was really good last year, but they're dealing with the whole stadium situation. And
yeah, they've had their run. Tampa Bay was so good last year too.
I say the Mariners. They were looking good last year. They almost made the playoffs. Oh no, they did.
The Mariners always seem to, whenever they get in the playoffs, they seem to choke. But I get where you're coming from. NBA. This is. I want to hear yours first on the NBA. I think I know who you're gonna pick, and I think I have the same answer. But go for it.
Well, let's pull up the list. Bitch, I got that. All right, bless you. It's gonna be Denver's not on the list anymore. So we got the New Orleans Pelicans, Clippers, Grizzlies, Nets, Hornets, Timberwolves, Magic, Pacers, Suns, and Jazz. Do you think
I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
say
going to be
Clippers?
Suns with the Clippers.
Dude, I like Minnesota, man.
Minnesota's
Clippers, I
good.
just don't like, bro. Minnesota, yeah, Clippers.
I'm going to go with the Suns, and I think it's going to be this year.
I don't know, man. They did a lot just to go get Bradley Beal, and same thing when KD was in Brooklyn. That lineup just can never play it. But bro, they're so good when they're clicking the Suns.
Yeah, and I think
Now
I think they might click at the right time this year. I think the Suns can get it done.
football,
Now,
man. This is what I want to hear yours on.
I am going to roll with Jacksonville in that one. And the reason being is I think they have a once in a generational talent at quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. And I think once they finally put the right pieces around him, I think they're going to run away with the division year after year. I'm not saying it's going to be for a couple years, but I think that answer is going to be Jacksonville.
That's a good one, man. And you know the crazy shit, and it's always wild when I think about it. The Browns have never even been to the Super Bowl. And like that is a proud, like, I mean, I can look it up. They've been around since like the 20s, maybe before that. Like they've been around for a long. They've never even been to the Super Bowl. Obviously, John Elway.
They've won NFL championships. That was before it was the Super Bowl.
Right. But looking at this list, I don't know, man. Some of these teams are just fucking trash right now. Like it's good. Carolina ain't winning one no fucking time soon. Arizona probably ain't winning one. Falcons probably not.
Who you rolling with? I'm
Minnesota
going Jacksonville.
better luck next year. Uh, dude, I like Joe Flacco. I really do.
Going to the Browns. Okay.
The Brownies.
The Brownies. I can absolutely see that. The way their defense is playing this year.
That's what I'm saying. Their defense, I can really see them doing some shit.
And Joe Flacco just is playing with a level of confidence right now that you really have to admire. You got to think, like you said, 6 weeks ago, he was off the street. I'm not literally on the street because he was a very rich man because he played in the NFL for a long time. But what he was doing wasn't playing NFL quarterback. So the way that he was able to come off retirement or semi-retirement in a sense and lead this team and look better than any quarterback they've had over the past 10 years is wonderful.
Yeah, man. Well, we just to all the viewers, we appreciate all three of you that have tuned in.
Yeah, we do appreciate all three of you that tuned in. We were down Justin tonight. He'll be back next week. He was sick today, so hope he gets better soon. For those who have ever listened to the show in the past, we have no idea when or if Sean is going to come back.
I was just going to sound like to the viewers, help us find Sean.
Put an MIA on Sean Gardner because we don't even know if he's a person anymore. We don't know if he's alive. But it's been great, Ian, talking sports with you again, sir. Next week, we'll be back at the normal time and do a full-length show, and we'll get right back to it.
Yeah, and before we get out the show, I just have a little something that I want to express. Sean, if you're listening to this, you have people that care about you, and we just want to see you be okay, man. So come back
and respond to the goddamn group chat, Sean.
I've tagged your ass talking shit about what the fuck you say about Michigan. Come on, man. Come on,
no,
man.
He's too good
Sean. No, I'm playing. No, but
I'm writing a diss rap to Sean Mike tonight.
Dear Sean Mike, fuck you in Michigan State. Every time we try to do the show, you say it's too late. All right. Come back next week for another episode of Mixed Reactions. My name is Rabbit. As always, this is Casey Merritt, huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. Good night, everybody.
I'd rather shoot myself. All right.